Beloveds, happy Beltane. It's KamalaDevi, and on this beautiful May Day, I wanted to share a tarot reading, a little Beltane blessing. So, because I want to keep this, video short, I wanted to just bring in some spring flowers and and light a candle on my altar, a little makeshift altar for the moment. So I've got my cards here and I haven't read them yet. I haven't pulled cards yet. I want to, just tune in with you around this, both Beltane and Samhain. For those of you who aren't neo-pagan or witches, or, just see this as a more of a historical holiday. I'm not going to get into the history. What I will say is that it's a powerful time, not just because it's celebrated around the world in so many different cultures in so many different ways, and just how beautiful it is when we can tap into the archetypes in the field of celebration, especially those holidays that are cosmologically aligned. So it's not like a Hallmark holiday that was kind of arbitrarily made up. It's like this actually aligns with the rotation of the planet and where it is in the cosmos, because Beltane is at that midpoint. It's a cross quarters holiday. So both Beltane is now, between spring and summer, in the same way that Samhain, by the way, is Halloween on the other side of the planet. And I just want to name, we've all heard about, Halloween being a time when the veils are thin. And it's my assertion that whenever we celebrate, whether it's the equinox, the solstice, or the cross holidays, it is a time when the veils are thin because of the the planetary alignment and the collective consciousness that's really recognizing that. I don't know if you can see my little my little springtime bouquet of fire. Fire is really important in Beltane, and so I will just imagine this is a raging bonfire that we can dance and play and jump over with, libations and prayers and laughter and all kinds of embodied erotic celebration. I'm not going to get into the history, like I said, even though it's really tempting. I just wanted to give you a brief reading. So I've pulled out my my favorite deck here, and it's something that I do probably daily, which is a 3-card reading. And so the essence of this is that I will pull a card for the personal, the personal heart. It's kind of like there's 3 hearts, right? And there's the transpersonal, which is more like the heart of humanity. And then there's the void, which is an absolute energy, whether it's God, universe, all that is. And in these 3 cards on this holiday, it's just a time to tune in and feel what wants to be revealed. So oftentimes before selecting cards, so I have a little snake fun selector, but before I go into like the process, the divination process of what card calls me, center myself, emptying with a few breaths, which I did before the video started. And what is your intention this season? What calls your heart? What are you aligning with? Your life force energy? What are those currents? What is that? Those themes and messages? And I'll just celebrate that I'm calling in deeper connection as always, not just because my mission is so much about love and, an embodied experience of that transcendent love. But I want to connect with you more. Today, May Day, starts my 30-day challenge of videos once a day. So that's about like a fire hose of connection. So yeah, just really wanting to feel connected, which I know starts, it starts here with self-connection. But just tuning into your intention and seeing what the cards reveal. So I'm going to go ahead and do a little pull. And it's quite fun for me to do this in this random way because it makes this reading super spontaneous. All right, so we're going to start with the personal, the transpersonal. Ooh, and we have a message from the void. All right, so I want to celebrate that this is a card, Four of Swords, of deep rest, going within, meditation. And there's something very balanced and very profound about the four. It's like the four directions, the four elements. There's a balance and a restoration. And my personal heart could certainly use more rest, better sleep, longer, more time meditating. So as I practice that, thank you for the reminder. I'll bless you with more of that as well. Like, how can we enrich the sleep and the rest? And, I have some practices. I have some ideas, particularly like what is the mindset that we go into when we're at the event horizon of dream time, like as we're slipping into other states. What's the mindset, and what's the mindset when we come out of it as well? So the next card we pulled is the Six of Wands. Now, where swords are more about like conflict and challenge, and like this is nice because it's kind of a peaceful card. The Six of Wands is more about your career and your dharma and your work in the world. And because it's a transpersonal card, what I want to say is it's collectively what's the work we need to do. This happens to be a strong warrior figure who's coming back with a wreath of victory, coming back from battle or doing their work, and there's a victorious stance, and these wands are not just held by him but held by others. So there's a sense of like teamwork, and we're in this together. And what I divine from this card in this moment is so much of the work that we want to do in love, in the world, making a change, like shifting consciousness, we can't actually do alone anymore. There's time and purpose to going inside and doing one's own inner work. And the degree of change that we want to affect is really going to require us learning not only to work together, but to share power, so that when we're working together, it's towards common goal that's beyond ego, which is a lot of the teaching of the transpersonal realm, is get over yourself and allow God to work through you, or the universe to, you to be the instrument of that universe. And in this case, it's doing the Dharma, doing the work that needs to be done together. So I have here the Page of Pentacles as the message from the void. And Pentacles are really powerful material symbols of not just abundance, but also alchemy. Like originally, it was said that the alchemists would write their spells or incantations on the pentacles, and also thought, like a symbol of the goddess. But really, what's screaming at me in this card is this page who's not, royalty, but part of the court. And the page is like an apprentice, like a scribe. It's not a knight, it not a prince, but really more of again doing that work on high for the highest good for the tribe, but doing it not from a position of striving for power. I identify a lot with the page because of being a scribe myself, being someone who loves the written word and spends a lot of time in my pages in my book. But, as a message from the absolute, there is, it is a court card. It is a time of, there's abundance. A lot of us have resources and access to the court, access to a sphere of influence. And this is, a deep question of like, how are we going to use that influence and that power towards hopefully the greater good? And yeah, to just be in the gratitude of the abundance that's here. And then something about the court, because it's a court card, I just want to say is access to sovereignty, with that direct connection to source, as opposed to, being a peasant that has to follow orders from someone else, or there's a mediator between you and God. And in this page of Pentacles is a reminder of our sovereignty as well. So I'm sending so many blessings to you this May, this beautiful spring day, and almost, kind of summer cusp. And I'm sending love to my brothers and sisters on the other side of the planet who are in that witchy window. And I'm hoping that, this little reading touches you, reminds you, says something about your work in the world, and sending you blessings. Until soon.